Gabby. It's Aya Abdi for Devils in Detail. Congrats on the win for all of you. What was going through your mind when you drilled a game-winning shot with a buzzer-beating three-pointer? And what was going through it when you and Molly Miller saw it?
I don't know if I would say I drilled it. I think bank is probably a better word to explain that. But honestly, I was in disbelief, if you couldn't tell from my reaction. But honestly, I couldn't have cared less or more who would have scored that 3 points, 2 points. As long as we got on the board and put ourselves in a position to win the game, that's all that I really cared about. I knew the clock was ticking down, and I was like, someone needs to do something. I just grabbed the ball and just threw it up, obviously. But, I mean, a win like this for McKinna is all I really wanted. It didn't matter how we got it as long as we got it.
And speaking of McKinna, you had a double-double against your former team. How did it feel accomplishing something over your former team today?
It was exciting. I mean, nobody wants to lose to their old team. I feel like it's like obvious, but it was exciting to see my old friends that were on that team. Obviously, I wanted to play good, but ultimately, I just wanted to win, so it didn't really matter how we got that. But yeah.
And for Heloisa, you have stepped up the game. You know, Marley and Gabby's backcourt scoring was desperately missed until like the second half. What has made you like help the Sun Devils score and grabbing these offensive rebounds and scoring in the layup as well?
I mean, I did it for them. It was fun. I was having fun over there, so it was good. Stop!
No, you're good.
It was fun.
Have you ever made any kind of shot like that?
That was no shot.
Yeah, I practice it every day, actually.
That's a goal.
That's the one shot I never actually practiced. But, I mean, I'm sure growing up in high school and stuff like that, I've been in these positions. I've been playing college ball for 4 years, so I've been in high-pressure situations. Honestly, I can only thank the good Lord up above for that, to be honest, because I really couldn't tell you how that went in.
I was about to say, go rebound. And I was like, wait.
It's like, just hit the rim.
You guys had 32 points in the paint today, compared to 16 for that. Was that, I mean, we obviously saw with the getting the ball inside, is that sort of the game plan coming in, and how do you think executing?
I think the game plan really was just kind of focus on us. We know they were a good team. I think we had a really big focus on defense because they have good players and they're a good team. I mean, you saw them take Baylor to the wire, so they're a good team. And we knew defensively was going to be a big focus for us. I think offensively, we trust each other a lot, and we understand each other's capabilities. So we knew Elle was due for a big game, and then McKinna obviously did her thing as she does every game. But not necessarily the game plan, but at the same time, like, if Elle's hot, feed it to her. You know what I mean? She's only missed it once or two times. Why not keep feeding it to her? So kudos to her and her hard work showing off.
And like you said, I mean, they were a tough team, but was there anything like, coming out in the first quarter? I mean, I know obviously you're trying to support the 7 points, but I mean, were they just doing anything like different than maybe you were prepared for, or things that they adjusted to?
I don't think necessarily. I think we had a lot of good looks, to be honest, and they just weren't falling. There was a couple for myself personally that I wish I could get back. And I'm sure a lot of other people, I think Kenna, Gabby had a couple good shots that literally just went through the bottom of the net and popped back out. So we had some good looks. They weren't falling. At the same time, like I said, we knew they were a good team, and there was probably some nerves. I know personally, I was a little just amped up for this game because I wanted it so bad for Kenna. So I think once we just got settled and got comfortable with the game and the rhythm and the flow of it, it was a lot better for us.
Basically played a 6-man rotation tonight. I mean, cardio-wise, how are you guys feeling in terms of
I mean,
honestly,
I'm starting to get used to it. I feel like, but there was some times I was like, oh my gosh, I'm tired, but I have to keep going.
It was really hard today. Really hard.
No, our coaches have put us in a position to succeed in that standpoint. I mean, we have how many conditioning tests in the summer?
3.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we know coming into this, the style of play that Molly wants us to play, it's a high cardio type of style. So we're used to it, to be honest, and we were prepared for it. I think also a lot of that part is like mental, and we have really, really strong mentally focused girls on this team. Yeah. So I think just across the board, as long as we're doing what we want and what we need to do, everything else will fall into place.
You're trailing at the end of the first quarter, then McKinna finds a big three, big steal after that, another big three, another big steal after that. How crucial are just sequences like that at those moments, just for momentum and to get you guys back on track?
Well, basketball is a game of runs, so I feel like at the beginning we weren't hitting anything, so we all were like looking at each other and we had no energy and it was kind of like blah. But after that, like we were like, okay, come on guys, we're okay. Like we settled in after that, and I feel like it helped move the game along. Then shots started falling. We got open looks, and then it was just like barbecue chicken from there. Thanks. Oh, shoot.
Anything else for you as players?
Yeah, they really had trouble with both of you for the whole game, and then they had to go to the zone. Just how were you two that successful in the post, do you think? And when they switched to the zone, did it make much difference?
I feel like with us, like I feel like we can both score. So it's picking which one are you gonna like guard, honestly, because like if they go up, so help off me to guard her, then she can dump it back to me. So I feel like with both of our abilities to be able to score, it's kind of hard to pick which one, and then whoever is hot that game is who we're gonna go to. So and she was hitting some in the first quarter, so we're like, okay, get the ball to L. They can't stop the pop up. So we just kept getting it to her. So just taking what they give us, and I went up to her. I was like, they can't stop that. Just keep shooting that shot. There's no need to do any other moves after that. So just keep taking what they give you and find whatever works.
And when you saw Gabby Elliott, even though she was limited to just single digits, now to like double digits throughout the game, how did a team help step up from Gabby Elliott's hot scoring and early on in the season to like the team effort as well?
Yeah, I think we're a very versatile team. We have a lot of different pieces, and it can be anyone's night anytime. So I think just understanding that we don't, like, yes, every team's going to have a leading scorer, and she happens to be ours, and respectfully so, she puts in the work to do so. But at the same time, that doesn't mean we need to depend on one player, and we understand that. And I think she started picking it up when she started on the defensive end, and she's very aware of that, as the whole team is. You know, a lot of our offense starts with our defense. So when she started rolling and just started getting on pace, obviously it helped lift energy for the whole team. But at the end of the day, I mean, Elle was doing her thing, Kenna was doing her thing. I mean, even the small stuff that goes unnoticed, you know, Poa's assists, Jaya's defense, it's not always necessarily about scoring for us, and we find energy in Poa's charge. That was huge for us. So just small stuff like that outside of just scoring that she does for us is really, really impactful.
And what types of challenges the Lady Rebels has given you today and you will take into the next few games as well?
Kind of a similar test, honestly, as Santa Clara. We kind of mentioned that in the huddle a little bit. Like, we've been in this position before. I think when you put yourself in these positions, obviously you don't want to be in them. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you become more comfortable in these settings and you mature as a player. Not saying we want to be comfortable in these situations whatsoever. We definitely want to, you know, build a lead and sustain that lead. But like I mentioned, they're a good team and they have good pieces and they win their conference, you know, how many times out of the years they've been there. So this might be the first time they've lost 3 games in a row in a while. So we knew they were coming into this game hungry because they had lost their previous 2 and, you know, they're not familiar with losing. So just understanding that once we get a lead, let's sustain it and let's do it. It's going good for us.
I think we have one in the back of the cameras.
Yeah, what was the play call for the final shot of the game, and like what happened?
The play call was not. Yeah, the play call was for Gabby.
For Gabby to come off
and drive.
Hit you right for the duck in, but she lost it.
But she lost it. Yeah. So the options were Gabby for a shot, maybe possibly me in the corner if they helped off, Elle in the post. Obviously we were tied, so any basket would have helped, a foul, free throw, anything. And she lost it, and I'm very familiar with loose balls, so I went and grabbed it and threw it up.
And then they were playing very physically. Like, I thought at one point their coach was going to get attacked.
Me too.
Come out to the court and everything like that. How does that impact, like, a 40-minute game going back and forth like that, trading buckets? Like, how do you guys play?
I feel like we're also very physical. So when we're met with that, it kind of just amps up our physicality. So I feel like we don't back down when somebody's just going to bully us. Like, we're not going to get bullied. So I feel like it just kind of ramped up our pressure. And even Marley came in the huddle like, we need to be aggressive because they were being aggressive. So we're like, okay, we can be aggressive too. And I feel like that's what we did.
Absolutely.
We didn't back down.
Who wants the last question? No one wants the last question?
Coming into the game, you guys mentioned offensive rebounding from their perspective and transition. You opened 4 second chance points.
Oh, wow. Good job, guys.
I mean, defensively, how were you able to lock in on the glass and then
Yeah, like I mentioned, we knew it was going to start on defense for us. We knew that they had a big post presence. Meadow, obviously McKinna is pretty familiar with most of her game. So we knew who she was as a player, and our coaches did a great job of giving us the scout and what we need to do. I can't commend them both enough for how well they rebounded. I mean, if you go back and watch the game, every single possession, if they didn't get the rebound, it's because they were boxing out. And if they weren't boxing out, they were getting the rebound. So, I mean, just great focus from our like team top to bottom on focusing on that, because we knew they had a good post presence, and whether it was Meadow or I think Shelby, they were both obviously good presences down there, but obviously we have some pretty good ones too.
Best friend.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
The play, and we didn't get a shot off. No, she grabbed that thing, she threw it up, and what a fun moment for her. And that's just her. She's never going to give up on any play at any point in the game.
Are you going to implement more games of trick shot course maybe?
I don't know. Our luck might run out. Maybe we need the mayor on the bench more. I think for us, we've got a lot to work on. We have a lot to work on. I'm pleased to be saying that 5-0. 5-0. We've grown with the season. We are nowhere near where we need to be. But we're learning. I have to remind myself, too, I've got 14 new kids that have never played this brand, never played with each other, and we're finding ways. And we're being challenged and tested early in the season, and that's great for us.
To piggyback off that, I know obviously the first quarter, 7 points, that's enough. They only scored 12. It's not that it's much better. But when you talk about, fighting and, battling back, what did you like that you saw? From them to, obviously, from the offense, I think it was second shot, 62%.
Yeah, we were 63% from the field. I think it shows what we're capable of, but now it's just, we can't have spurts of that. We have to have a whole quarter of that, 2 quarters of that, a whole half, a whole game of that. And there's going to be, it's an imperfect game, for sure. But we've got to cut down on some silly mistakes, and then sometimes just play basketball. We're analysis by paralysis sometimes, and that's okay. We're not naturally doing these things, so it's just repetition and practice. And again, we're molding a team together for chemistry, but that was a fun one today.
McKinna Brackens with the second straight double. How important is her contribution in the win, especially with the scoring on the
Well, how they were guarding her set her up for success, because she can score at all 3 levels. We knew that. So in the beginning, they were really sagging off of her. So we're taking her to that high post. And I'm like, shoot it if you've got it. And then after they had to honor her a little bit, then she could shot fake and drive. Or we could post her up, and she's got a great turnaround jumper at the mid post. So to be able to manipulate where we put her and plug her in, that's just a testament to her multi-tool asset. And she's really good. She's savvy. She's smart. She's a player's coach. She's kind of a jump, and she's a how high type kid.
Aside from that last shot, what do you think was the main story of this game? What were some of those things that made the biggest difference in this one?
It seemed when we would punch, they'd punch back, or they'd punch, we'd punch back. So it was a back and forth game. And sometimes if you can ride that to the end instead of get discouraged, that shows the maturity of a team. And that back and forth, all of a sudden we hit a 3, and then they hit a 3. And then we hit a 3, and then they hit a 3. Then we hit a crazy 3. And so it can take the wind out of your sail, or you can just know that this is a game of highs and lows, and you've got to weather through the ups and downs.
And for Marley, what have you seen from the team when they stepped up, despite having a limited scoring from both Gabby and Marley tonight?
This team has been kind of by committee in that aspect. We don't just rely on 1 or 2 people out there to get the majority of our scoring. So, it was Gabby and Brackens last game. They had a good game plan against Gabby. So I thought Elle really stepped up in that presence. And she's been great underneath the basket. She's had some games where they just haven't crawled in, but I thought she was really, really good today. She finished with, 8 for 12. That's wonderful. We needed to feed her.
During breaks, you like to huddle up with the entire coaching staff first before you even talk to the players. Also gives the players a chance to talk to themselves first. What's the mentality behind that, and what have you seen that bear fruit so far?
Well, first it gives them a chance to lead. I'm always a huge component of a player-led team. So when I walk into a huddle, I don't want silence. I want them talking about, hey, on that next ball screen, make sure we get this coverage right, or they're running a stagger when they call this play. I ask them to pick up play calls also. So that's a moment where they can say, hey, this horns up was a post ISO. And they can talk it through. And then, as a coaching staff, we're like, hey, this is working, this isn't working, let's make this adjustment. And then we can kind of all come together. But you really, in the huddles, want to give them an opportunity to talk to each other. Because whether I like it or not, they probably value each other's feedback on the floor a lot more than even mine sometimes, because they're going through it. So if they're like, hey, I need help on this post, and I need you to get through that ball screen quicker so I can recover, they can talk that through.
Let's say you what kind of things do you think a team like play?
That's a yearly tournament team. I mean, that's a team, I think 4 out of the past 5 years, they've made the NCAA tournament. That's where we want to be. So if you can stack yourself up against a team that's making the tournament consistently, then you can, on the back end, see, this is a good team that we just beat, that we fought, that we had a battle with. But also, we've got to learn from this. I'd rather learn from a win, no doubt, but we can't just take this and say, oh, good job, we beat a really good team. We've got to get better. We've got to get in game film. We've got to practice some of our weaknesses, and sometimes that's hard to do as winning. I think as a coaching staff, I mean, I've even last year said, hey, let's practice like we just lost that game, just so it means something. So sustained winning, there's an approach with that as well, and they've got to stay hungry.
You already mentioned that you guys are very comfortable in these situations, but that these situations aren't necessarily the ones that you want to play. How do you balance, because you obviously want to be confident in those games, but at the end of the day, getting in those games and all these other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, would I take a 20-point win every day? Absolutely. But to see how we can come up and fight through some adversity and persevere to get wins in tight games, that's just going to help us down the road, because you can look them in the eye and say, we've been here before. So that takes some pressure off of, hey, it's okay, let's do what we do well. Let's stick together and, one play at a time. So, again, would we want to play that team again and have a more comfortable lead? Sure, but we've got to take this and be grateful for it and move on and get better.
Did Paula hurt her game again?
She was grabbing it a little bit. I haven't talked to her to know.
She didn't play much, for a while there, and then brought her back. Was that due to the hand, or was
No, she's got some flow. We're working on flow, and I think when we're making a run, it's kind of a feel thing on who's out there and who you want to roll with, but it wasn't anything to do with her hand.
Okay, and then when she did come back, she did some things for you. She got the jump ball. She took an offensive charge. She drew an offensive charge. So did you feel like, okay, she did some good things when she came back out there?
Yeah, she was a spark, and she'll always be that spark with that mentality. I thought Jaya helped our pace. I thought Poa came in, did some nice things. When we have momentum going our way and you put someone fresh in there, you want them to continue the momentum, and that's what Poa did for us.
Anything else? Okay.
What did you think of the today? What was your favorite?
So I was right there for the Hail Marley, which was an incredible experience. It also felt really good to beat Las Vegas. The Mercury, unfortunately, fell in the WNBA finals to Las Vegas, so I very much appreciate the Sun Devils kind of moving forward for our community.
And speaking of that community for the women's basketball, how, especially with the Final Four coming into Phoenix next year, how do you look to continue to attract the game of women's basketball in the city of Phoenix?
We really feel like Phoenix is a great basketball city, but I have been very focused on women's basketball. We recruited the WNBA All-Star Game, and then we were able to successfully bid for the NCAA Women's Final Four. So we feel like women's basketball is having an incredible moment right now, but it's really taking it to the next level in Phoenix.
This is a program that's obviously rebooting itself right now, but taking off at a very fast pace at the moment. What do you think it is, just from your perspective, what you've seen that draws people to this program and that makes it so exciting so far, so quickly?
Well, I'm thrilled we have one of the winningest coaches in women's college basketball. It did really feel like a team effort. Everyone stepped up during the game, and that really is great when it's not relying on one superstar, but a great coaching staff as well as a great entire team. And it feels like Tempe and Phoenix are really coming together to support the Sun Devils. They get we have something special.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's good seeing you both.